This battered World War II Japanese ship has sat abandoned in this remote American harbor for 82 years, long after suffering several direct strikes from U.S. forces. It now stains the landscape as a reminder of the brutal war fought in some of the most inhospitable and unimaginable places for a conflict, Kiska Island. I've had the chance to get up close and personal with the Nozema Maru on several occasions, and I have wanted to make this video for so long because there is a good chance that bullets from my grandfather's P-40 hit that vessel. If you want to know how that's possible, then stick around. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome! My name is Karen, and I've been retracing my grandfather's wartime footsteps through some of the most remote areas of Alaska, the Aleutian Islands, all in an effort to honor his service and the service of those he served with. If you want to know more about this mysterious and forgotten conflict in one of the most spectacular places on Earth, then stick around. And if you are not new to my channel, then welcome back. The Nozema Maru, originally called the Nohima Maru, was built around 1937 by Mitsubishi, and it was used by the Imperial Navy of Japan during the war as a transport vessel. Departing from the Japanese home island port of Shimushu in the northern Kuril Islands, it set course for Kiska, arriving in the harbor on August 25, 1942, just 9 days after leaving. The 750-foot-long vessel, capable of traveling at a max speed of 19 knots, had just completed offloading its cargo, mostly ammunition and supplies, when it would fall victim to the first major air attack on a North American target, the Japanese at Kiska Island on September 14, 1942.
I want every man to stick by his gun until I say he can leave. Use every round of ammunition on this ship. Fire straight at the gun flashes until they stop. If we're hit and have to bail out, there'll be plenty of Navy around to pick us up. Okay, shall we give it to them? Kiska. Bombs away.
28 fighters would lead the attack, first by suppressing anti-aircraft defenses along the north and south sides of the harbor, and then by providing coverage for the 24 B-24s who followed with their pioneered low-level bombing runs against the Japanese shipping in the harbor. The results? At 0437 hours, Nohima Maru sustains a large air attack from American aircraft. Near misses on her central port side pull the ship and flood her engine room, rendering it unusable. All power is lost. 1 minute later, she suffers a direct hit amidship by a dud bomb. At 0442 hours, Nohima Maru is machine gunned, and Captain Itagaki Koichi is killed in action. Emergency repairs and pumping begin, and together with patching holes, prevent the ship from sinking. At 0454 hours, however, another air attack occurs, and a hit opens a larger hole. There are some discrepancies as when the ship was actually hit. The Combined Fleet website has the Japanese record entry as September 16th, 1942. The U.S. War Diaries has it as September 14th, 1942, with a subsequent hit October 1st. In John Clo's book, John lists it as Lieutenant Pruitt getting credit for the sinking of the Nozema Maru on a September 25th mission. And if this is true, then my grandfather was on that mission providing fighter escort and strafing, in his words, anti-aircraft gun positions on the ground or in the ships and in the harbor. And after their specific assignment was complete, the fighters were on their own to do whatever damage they could to anything that moved. I know that my grandfather was sweeping out over the harbor after making a pass at some barracks, so it's very possible that bullets from my grandfather's P-40 hit the Nozema Maru. And that's kind of cool. After the war, attempts were made by the Japanese to salvage some of their sunken ships, towing them back to Japan for their scrap metal value. The Kanu Maru, which was originally hit by the USS Grunion, and then a PBY, which sunk the vessel in shallow water at the south head of Kiska Harbor, was patched up, refloated, and successfully towed to Japan to be broken up. They tried to do the same thing with the stern section of the Nozema Maru, but ultimately it got caught in a storm along the way and sank. And that is why you only see the bow, and there's a big chunk of the 750-foot long vessel missing. It is such a privilege and an honor to be able to travel to these remote islands and to connect to the land so that I can come back and share the stories of those who served in such a remote and forgotten about conflict. I really, really take this stuff to heart, and I hope that you can see that in my videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Subscribing and watching the videos helps me to tell the story of those who served in Alaska. And that's been my goal all along, and that's what I've been striving to do for the last decade. So wouldn't it be something if we could recover these abandoned naval vessels and rebuild them, just like we do with airplanes? Or maybe we do, and I just don't know because I'm kind of an airplane girl. But if you do know, then leave a comment. Leave a comment down below and let me know. See you next week.